insanity. Then when we get to the list of their projections, we see, oh, these people are just foolish. These people just aren't very smart at all.
In the whirlwind world of sports commentary and analysis, few debates spark as much passion as the latest rankings controversy that has rocked women's basketball. It's hard to believe that a mainstream outlet like ESPN, a name that has long commanded respect in sports media, has stirred such uproar by ranking veteran star A'ja Wilson above the sensational rookie phenomenon Caitlin Clark. This discussion has evolved into a fervent debate among fans, analysts and players alike, raising deep questions about the criteria used to measure success and the shifting dynamics of influence on and off the court. At the heart of this debate lies a simple question: what truly defines impact in the modern era of the Women's National Basketball Association, WNBA? Is it the legacy of past accolades, the stability of veteran performances, or is it the transformative power of a rising star whose presence is reshaping the sport? The answer, for many, seems clear. The answer lies in the revolutionary influence of Caitlin Clark.
Is listed number 2. All right, some of y'all are going to be mad. Only behind WNBA MVP A'ja Wilson.
Her trailblazing performances, record-breaking statistics, and ability to captivate audiences have ignited a new era that cannot be overlooked. Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson, despite her established resume of championships and MVP awards, appears to be losing her grip on the league's evolving narrative. The controversy ignited when ESPN's latest rankings boldly placed A'ja Wilson at the top, leaving Caitlin Clark ranked second. For many fans and sports pundits, this decision defies logic and contradicts the observable trends in the league. In a season where Caitlin has not only shattered statistical records, but also redefined fan engagement, the choice to relegate her to the runner-up position has raised eyebrows and incited widespread criticism. Critics argue that ESPN's methodology might be rooted in an outdated perspective, one that still clings to past achievements and favors veteran players over those who are actively transforming the game.
King came after a big first year that saw the Indiana Fever playmaker average 19.7 points a game, 5.2 rebounds, 8.4 assists.
The notion that A'ja Wilson, known for her durability and leadership in earlier seasons, could be considered more impactful than the dynamic, high-flying performances of Caitlin Clark seems out of touch with the current state of the league. It appears that ESPN is holding on to legacy narratives, seemingly reluctant to acknowledge that the future of women's basketball is being forged by a new generation of players whose influence extends far beyond the traditional metrics of scoring and defensive stats. To fully grasp the magnitude of this controversy, one must consider the extraordinary rise of Caitlin Clark in a season where the WNBA has seen unprecedented viewership numbers and electrifying moments that have captivated even the most casual of sports fans. Caitlin has emerged as the player who is rewriting the narrative of what it means to be a superstar in women's basketball. Caitlin Clark's impact is not merely reflected in her impressive box score, averaging near-record points, rebounds, assists, and defensive plays, but also in the cultural shift she has ignited. With each game, she has been turning casual viewers into fervent supporters. Arenas that once struggled to fill seats are now buzzing with anticipation, and even non-traditional basketball fans are tuning in to witness what many describe as the birth of a new era in the sport.
1.3 steals and 0.7 blocks per game. And if I remember correctly, Caitlin Clark actually had average.
Every time she steps onto the court, she transforms the atmosphere into a must-see event, reminiscent of the high stakes and explosive energy typically reserved for marquee NBA matchups. Her ability to draw massive crowds, generate buzz on social media, and even shift the programming strategies of city scheduling events is a testament to her far-reaching influence. It is not just the numbers on the stat sheet that tell her story, but the palpable excitement and transformative energy she brings to every game. When Caitlin Clark plays, it is more than just basketball. It is a cultural phenomenon, a live performance, that redefines the boundaries of athletic excellence. On the flip side of this debate stands A'ja Wilson, a player with a storied career marked by significant achievements. With multiple MVP awards and championship titles to her name, A'ja Wilson has long been seen as a pillar of the league. Her career, Accomplishments have made her a respected figure among fans and a symbol of consistent excellence in a league that values both longevity and leadership. However, the argument put forth by many critics is that Asia's contributions, while substantial, belong to an earlier chapter in the league's history, one where the spotlight was different, the narratives were more predictable, and the metrics of success were more narrowly defined. In today's rapidly evolving sports landscape, the relevance of past achievements is increasingly questioned when new talents emerge who
block shots than Angel Reese. I believe that's a thing. So, let's all get a laugh together here.
When one delves into the statistics, the case for Caitlin Clark becomes even more compelling. In her breakout season, Caitlin has posted numbers that rival the league's best, not only by averaging a high number of points per game, but also by contributing significantly in rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Her game is characterized by a rare blend of scoring prowess and playmaking ability, a combination that has made her a cornerstone of her team's success. By contrast, while A'ja Wilson's record is impressive, critics argue that her numbers are reflective of an era when the league did not command the same level of attention or competition. The argument is that Caitlin's performance should be viewed not merely in the context of raw statistics, but as a signal of a new era where the quality of competition has intensified and the metrics of success have evolved. The dramatic increase in viewership, sellout crowds, and media coverage since Caitlin's arrival underscores the transformative effect she has had on the sport. Moreover, the fan response has been nothing short of overwhelming. The fervor with which supporters have rallied behind Caitlin is a testament to her undeniable impact.
The viewership, because of the sellout arenas, because of basically the overall resuscitating, if you will, of the league.
It is rare to see such a rapid and widespread embrace of a rookie in professional sports, and this phenomenon speaks volumes about the changing landscape of women's basketball. The sheer volume of social media buzz, the influx of new ticket sales, and the spike in viewership ratings all point to a seismic shift in how the sport is perceived and consumed. In this light, the debate over the rankings is not just a technical discussion of numbers, it is a broader commentary on the evolving priorities of fans and the future direction of the league. The heart of the controversy lies in the methodology employed by ESPN in their rankings. Critics argue that the decision to place A'ja Wilson above Caitlin Clark is indicative of an outdated approach, one that places undue emphasis on historical accolades and longevity, rather than current impact and potential for future growth. This method, some contend, fails to capture the dynamic nature of today's sports environment, where innovation and fan engagement are paramount. In a league that is rapidly evolving, traditional metrics such as career averages and past awards may no longer be the best indicators of a player's influence. The current era demands a more holistic evaluation that considers how a player is changing the game in real time. For example, Caitlin Clark's contributions go beyond simple numbers. They include her role in igniting new fan interest, generating unprecedented media coverage, and altering the competitive landscape of the league. When compared to a veteran whose best days might be behind her, the rationale for ranking the veteran higher becomes increasingly difficult to justify. Moreover, the media's reliance on legacy narratives may stem from a reluctance to disrupt established power structures. ESPN, like many traditional media outlets, has long been associated with a certain style of coverage that favors continuity over change. However, as the sport of basketball and sports in general continues to evolve, clinging to outdated methodologies only serves to alienate a younger, more dynamic audience. The debate over the rankings is thus a symptom of a larger cultural clash between the old guard and the new wave of sports storytelling.
Committee, remember all those women, those hateful, spiteful women? Dawn Staley's one of them, if I remember correctly, was involved in that. Cheryl Reeve, the coach.
The debate is not confined solely to individual accolades. It also reflects broader changes in team dynamics and the overall structure of the league. One of the most striking developments in recent times has been the rapid realignment of teams and the shifting balance of power within the WNBA. The narrative surrounding the Las Vegas Aces, for example, has undergone dramatic changes, with key players departing and the once dominant squad showing signs of internal disarray. This transformation has only heightened the contrast between the established order and the new faces that are emerging as true game changers. For many fans, the departure of veteran stars from teams like the Aces has created a vacuum that is quickly being filled by up-and-coming talents like Caitlin Clark. The idea that a team built on a legacy of championship aspirations and veteran leadership could suddenly be overshadowed by a rising star is both fascinating and emblematic of the broader transformation at play.
Number 2 player in the entire league, not on the Olympic team. Just pointing that out. And of course, you did have some haters. Please, Clark is not better than Stewart.
It is a story of evolution where the old paradigms are being questioned and the new metrics of influence are taking center stage. The ripple effects of these changes extend far beyond the confines of any one team as teams reconfigure their rosters and adopt new strategies to capitalize on emerging talents. The entire league is undergoing a metamorphosis. This transformation is not simply about winning games, it is about redefining the identity of the league, inspiring a new generation of fans and athletes, and embracing a future where innovation, visibility, and cultural impact carry just as much weight as traditional success.